As the popularity of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin explode, the Biden administration is laying the groundwork for heavier regulation, and that could spark a big fight in Congress. This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about USA's fight back against cryptocurrency law in Congress, last chance. Cryptocurrency is at a crossroads. As its popularity explodes and Bitcoin hovers near a record high, the Biden administration is laying the groundwork for heavier regulation. That could set up a fight in Congress. As NPR's David Gura reports, a small group of lawmakers is worried the US could miss out on an opportunity to be a leader in a financial revolution. Crypto advocates have worried for months about US President Joe Biden's $1 trillion infrastructure bill, which includes new tax reporting requirements for digital assets like cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens or NFTs. But before we dive deeper on USA fights back against cryptocurrency law in Congress, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now for more videos like this one. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are fighting back against changes to tax reporting rules for crypto brokers and transactions over $10,000 in the newly passed infrastructure bill. 10 United States Democratic Congresspeople led by Darren Soto called for revisions to the definition of a broker in the infrastructure bill that was passed into law on Monday. The group issued an open letter signed by Soto along with Representatives Ro Khanna, Stacey E. Plaskett, Eric Swalwell, Tim Ryan, Susan Wild, Mark Feasy, Jake Auchincloss, Al Lawson, and Charlie Crist, calling for updates to Section 6045C1 in the tax code under the Bipartisan Infrastructure Framework or BIF. Experts warn that the contentious new rule could see miners, validators, and wallet developers considered as brokers for tax purposes. The letter calls on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to exclude the group on the grounds that it doesn't engage in brokerage services. The letter also addresses concerns over negative market effects and how the US will sustain its rate of technological innovation if the regulations remain unchanged. As it's written today, however, the BIF would increase uncertainty in the cryptocurrency industry, pick winners and losers, and thwart Internal Revenue Services or IRS efforts to accurately tax cryptocurrencies, all while eroding our country's competitive edge against other countries on the digital asset marketplace. Senators are also pushing to amend the tax reporting requirements in the BIF. As reported by Bloomberg, Senators Ron Wyden and Cynthia Lummis submitted a bill proposal that they say protects American innovation, ensures Americans pay the taxes they owe, and do not apply to individuals developing blockchain technology and wallets. Senator Ted Cruz also introduced legislation on Tuesday to amend the tax code. He calls the new reporting rules a devastating attack on the cryptocurrency industry. His concerns echo some of those from Democratic House Representatives that the current provision will stifle American innovation and endanger the privacy of many Americans. Senators as a whole are only now beginning to understand with greater depth how the cryptocurrency industry works. The U.S. Congress Joint Economic Committee held a Wednesday hearing titled Demystifying Crypto, Digital Assets, and the Role of Government. At this hearing, they discussed the complicated tax entities that should govern centralized exchanges and agree that privacy and security are top issues. The requirements in the infrastructure bill will not take effect until January 1, 2023, and therefore, reporting would not be needed until 2024. If nothing changes and the law stands, the Treasury Department will start making rules to define and enforce the law by the start date. But there's a chance that Congress could return to the issue and change the rules in the meantime. IRS see crypto seizures totaling billions of dollars in 2022. The Internal Revenue Service could seize cryptocurrency valued at billions of dollars that's linked to tax fraud and other crimes in the coming year, according to a key agency official. The IRS seized $3.5 billion worth of cryptocurrencies during fiscal year 2021, a figure that accounted for 93% of all the assets seized by tax enforcement that year. According to an IRS criminal investigation annual report published Thursday, I expect a trend of crypto seizures to continue as we move forward into fiscal year 22. IRS Criminal Investigation Chief Jim Lee said on a call with reporters, "We're seeing crypto involved in a number of our crimes as we move forward." In the past year, the IRS criminal unit seized billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin and other virtual currencies, including $1 billion stolen from the Silk Road, an online Bitcoin exchange that was shut down in 2013. The unit also persecuted a former Microsoft Corporation software developer who used cryptocurrency to hide $10 million he embezzled from the company. The agency could also benefit from an additional $80 billion in funding that Democrats are proposing in Biden's Build Back Better plan, which should get a vote in the House as soon as Thursday. Lee said that money is desperately needed in his unit to hire more than 250 to 300 more special agents, as well as invest in systems to identify and track cybercrimes. But that wasn't the crypto industry's only setback from the legislation. What's garnered less attention is the bill's application of 6050I, an obscure section of the federal tax code, to crypto assets. So, what is 6050I? Internal Revenue Code Section 6050I was passed in 1984 to crack down on money laundering. The law states that any person receiving cash in excess of $10,000 as part of a trade or business must report the personal information of the sender. There is a carve-out for any transaction that involves banks, as those same transactions of $10,000 or more would be captured by the Bank Secrecy Act or PSA. Whether the report comes from a trade or business under 6050I or a financial institution under the BSA, the U.S. government is interested in obtaining information about a sender of $10,000 plus, said Christopher Murr, a fintech and tax lawyer with the law firm Baker McKenzie. Both requirements are a means to collect data about potentially suspicious activity, and the government feels that this amount crosses the potentially suspicious threshold. It's worth noting that $10,000 in 1984 is nearly $27,000 today. Since transactions on blockchains are often purposely avoid banks and other financial institutions, the new law is both a way for the government to track the transfer of large sums of money and encourage crypto users to involve banks. The design of these provisions make it difficult to understand what Congress is seeking to achieve. There's a big difference between paying taxes on the income earned through mining and reporting the transactions that one mines. And there's an even bigger difference between requiring those that effectuate transfers to report information and requiring any business that receives a payment to do so. So while one might make a case for the cryptocurrency industry to pay its fair share of taxes, the amendments of Section 6045C1 and 6050ID are clearly designed for surveillance purposes. Critics have long argued that the cryptocurrency industry is a haven for money laundering and tax evasion, but the facts are not on their side. Former CIA Director Michael Morrell, alongside Josh Krishner and Thomas Schoenberger, confirmed as much in an April 2021 report. They found that criminal activity among all cryptocurrencies as a percentage of total cryptocurrency activity from 2017 to 2020 was less than 1%. Therefore, it would be far more efficient for the government to look at the blockchains themselves, like many law enforcement agencies already do, than require countless individuals to report transaction after transaction to the IRS. As noted by James Burnham, former counselor to the U.S. Attorney General, indiscriminately flooding federal filing cabinets with information about already public transactions isn't likely to enhance enforcement efforts. While some have started to prepare legal challenges and others have prepared follow-up legislation to defuse the requirements, one thing remains very clear. Section 8603 of the law is an attack on the cryptocurrency industry. Its rationale rests on a weak foundation, and it's unclear if the provisions will even achieve what its supporters intend. Therefore, it would be a grave mistake to let it stand and regulate the industry out of the country, especially as the United States has become a new global leader in cryptocurrency mining. This is not to say the industry should not be held to the letter of the law. Rather, it's that any legislation that has the power to affect the lives of millions of Americans should first be openly debated in Congress, not pushed through the reconciliation process as merely an afterthought. What can you say about Crypto Senate Infrastructure Bill battle? Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.